Okay, we got everybody in the corridor right here. This is good. Good morning, everybody. How you doing, family? All right, okay. Y'all wake up back there, right here. Thank you, Oscar. Appreciate it. Good morning to you, sir. See, I heard you. Good morning, everybody. All right, that's a little bit better. I know it's, how many were in line to get your kids dropped off this morning? You know, you realize I was out of town. I got to go to Colorado, and by the way, if you haven't been to Red Rocks Amphitheater, anybody been to Red Rocks? Yes, I went and saw Sammy Hagar and Loverboy. The lead singer of Loverboy has changed, but I got to tell you, it was a phenomenal time. The high temperature was probably 80s, no humidity, and at night about 57. And but I didn't come back until Tuesday, and then I was sitting here looking at my phone on Monday, going, "Oh no," because some of you may know I'm the new mayor of Fulshear, and thank you. And evidently, I'm in charge of school zones and traffic now too, and so I'm amazed at the amount of power they've given me. I evidently have a master switch in my office that turns on and off electricity during storms. And there's just a number of things that I didn't realize I was had the capability of doing. So, but it's been a good experience so far. God puts you where He needs you all the time, and you know, threw me a hurricane 10 days after I got elected. So that's a challenge. But anyway, everything's good, and God is good. And I want to say that if we have where's our chamber chaplain, Gary? I saw Gary Kurkowski. Where's Gary? Gary, come on down. And also, many of you probably saw my post. My mother, after 42 weeks of being in hospital, walked out of the senior skilled nursing facility yesterday. So prayers do work. She still needs them, but she's in independent living and doing good. So Gary, would you give us an opening prayer, please?
Good morning, everybody. Check one. All right. So I'm gonna talk a little bit. Okay.
We don't have that much time, Gary.
Yeah, we do. Sorry. So who's ever said things like, you know, your words have power? Anybody ever say that before? Yeah. Raise your hand. So it meets all of us. We all come from different faiths, right? So I want to share a couple things real fast. It says in Luke 6:45, a good man out of the good treasure of his heart brings forth good. An evil man out of the evil treasures of his heart brings forth evil. For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So let me say a couple things. Who's ever said, this is a slow season? Don't raise your hand. How about we say, that is a great idea, and if it's meant to be, then the door will be wide open to us. How many of you said that? You should all be raising your hands. My point is, we always say things about our business or our life that we don't necessarily think about, but we need to think about it, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So frame your world, who's heard that before, by your words. So I don't wake up every morning and say, man, this day is going to be crappy. I'm not going to get any phone calls. No, my phone's going to ring off the hook. I'm going to have lots of business, and people are going to be calling me every single day. We walk by faith. We all come from different faiths. You have what you say. So start speaking life over your business. Start speaking life over your relationships. It will benefit you. Trust me. Amen. All right, good. Let's pray. Lord, we just thank you for your goodness. We thank you for everything that you do in us, through us, and with us. We thank you for this community of the Fulshear Regional Chamber for Commerce and everybody that's a part of it. Thank you that this is a family that's knit together, that we help each other, we love on each other, we support each other. We thank you for the leadership that is in charge of it, and that they're always putting out vision so we can help follow and push it and bring you glory ultimately, Father. Everything that we say and do, we want to magnify you. It's in your name we pray. Everybody said?
Amen, and thank you, Gary. Very good round of applause for Gary. I love him. He's a fantastic. We like to give, we like to praise our beautiful country. Do we have our flag, sir? Here we are. Miss Dina, would you like to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance, please? All right.
We pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And to all of our veterans out there, thank you for my freedom.
Thank you. Absolutely. Well, I'd like to say also coffee this morning, been provided by Humble Grounds. Anybody been to Humble Grounds? All right. This morning, you need another cup, head on down there. We like to buy local, and local is awesome, so head on over there and take care of that. Before I talk about our next deal is, we sent out a survey today. We are doing some strategic planning at our chamber, and we have a conference coming up with our board of directors, but your input's very important to the future direction of your chamber. And like I said, we're a chamber for commerce, and we need your input where you might have some issues or some things you'd like to see. So please take the time. It's a really simple survey. There is a comment section if you feel like filling that out. We want to hear from you, so please do that. It went out today, so check your email, check your spam. Some of you may not be getting our emails, so you need to kind of throw us over into your inbox so that you get our emails. So please do that. Also, breakfast this morning is provided by Westbrook Solutions. Thomas Westbrook, and his wife Elizabeth. Oh yeah, they're working together now, that's right. And would you, Thomas, would you like to bring your CEO, I see you have in your arms right there, and also come speak to us a little bit about Westbrook? And if you don't mind, could you dovetail into the Wellness Committee as well? Here they are, America's premier family, the Westbrook family. Here they are, and this is Thomas. Introduce your CEO.
Good morning, everybody. No. Good morning. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So Westbrook Solutions, co-owned with my beautiful wife, Elizabeth Westbrook, and our real CEO, Caden Westbrook. We are a full-service consulting firm that focuses on the success of small businesses. So raise your hand if you want to grow your profits. Yes. I didn't see everybody hand. Like, raise your hand if you want to grow profits. Yes. Raise your hand if you want to take care of your people, too. We are a unique consulting firm that does just that. We help you grow your profits. We help you take care of your people. And honestly, the real work is done by this incredible woman right here, Elizabeth Westbrook. Anything else you'd like to add, sweetie?
Thomas and I have never not been working together, just to clarify that.
There we go. So give us a follow on Instagram, Westbrook_Solutions. You'll learn more about our business. Moving into the next thing. So yes, I know we've got a slide coming up.
Check.
All right, so while we're getting ready for that slide, so one of the cool things about my background, I've been in the health, fitness, and hospitality industry for over 15 years. I might not look like it, largely because I now have qualified for dad bod, and I own my dad bod. Doesn't mean that I want to stay dad bod forever. Raise your hand if you have a workplace wellness program for your employees. You have something for your employees to take part in so they can improve their overall physical, mental, well-being, right? It's kind of a hard thing to do. Hard thing to put your hands on as a small business owner. So really cool thing we're doing at the Chamber of Commerce, the Fulshear Regional Chamber for Commerce, is we're launching our Wellness Committee. If you are already on the Wellness Committee, because you and I have already talked, please come to the front real quick. And I know you can move quick, because you... There you go, Burn Boot Camp. So I want to welcome our first Wellness Committee member. You want to introduce yourself real quick?
I'm Erin Rayleigh. I own Burn Boot Camp.
What do y'all do?
We have 45-minute HIIT style workouts, but it is a all-inclusive. We meet you where you're at in your fitness level, and we've got child watch included, so literally bring the whole family.
There you go. So if you are interested in being a part of the Wellness Committee, there's a QR code right here. You can scan this, fill this out. You and I will meet. I'll come by your place of business. But why do we have a Wellness Committee? Well, we have a lot of networking events that include fun happy hours. Imagine also having a few networking events where you got to sweat a little bit, you got to stretch a little bit. Maybe you got a massage at one of our 5-star spas. What do?
I own the spa at Bella Piazza and also own Chirodynamics with Dr. Nemo.
Yeah, perfect for the Wellness Committee. So we're looking for 4 more people that are really passionate about health, fitness, and wellness. Here's a catch. You got to run a business that does operate in that space. We're going to create more opportunities to network, to support each other, and to really bring wellness into the workplaces here at the Fulshear Chamber. So one of the key feature events that we're doing, here's another QR code, the Texas Heritage Wellness in the Workplace 5K. We are kicking off the year with a major 5K that's centered on small business growth. You know, what does that mean? You get to run in teams. Raise your hand if you have employees. Raise your hand if you feel some of your employees are kind of fast. Yeah, you should start looking for people that are fast. Because on January 25th, 2025, we are going to be running in company teams, and those company teams are going to have a chance to win prizes and notoriety and trophies and medals and bragging rights in the Fulshear community. So you might want to go to your resume pool and start looking for those people that you thought might have been a quick runner and start looking to bring them on board maybe a week or 2 before January 25th. I'm not going to tell you what to do afterwards. Look for your ringer. You know, but if you want to scan this QR code, you can learn more about it. You know, lots of fun opportunities. There's sponsorship opportunities. This is going to be something that we're going to do annually moving forward. This is the first annual event. Snag your spot. You can start registering today. So thank you so much. Join the Wellness Committee. Lead wellness into the workplace here in Fulshear. And go ahead and kick it off by registering for the 5K and looking at the sponsorship opportunities. Anything you want to add? All right, let's rock and roll.
Give it up for Thomas and Elizabeth and Caden. Thank you.
One more thing. I have $20 in my pocket for the first person to stand up and yell as loud as you can. Oh, that was tough. One more time. Go. Oh, I think I got to give it right here. All right, Brad, here you go. AI trainer. Here's $20. Congratulations for yelling.
Thank you, sir.
There you go.
I was already standing up. I could have yelled.
You could have.
Dang. All right. Let's give it up for Thomas. Fantastic. We love Thomas. He's doing some stuff. The 5K is going to be phenomenal. I hope to be out there to announce it. Not run it. No, I'm not going to do that. Hey, real quick, we want to say thank you to some elected officials in our audience and give a shout out to Sandy Buller. Congratulations for becoming a Patterson City Council member. Fantastic. Congratulations. Looks like you and I are the only elected officials here today, so that's good, Sandy. All right. And let's see, moving on to a couple of things. Survey, did all that, Humble Grounds. And real quick, make sure you tag us, if you don't mind, in your social media. We love to know that you're here, and so we can let people know that you're here as well. And I want everybody in this room to invite somebody next month. I'm going to go ahead and say this right now, because next month is 9/11. That's going to be our meeting on 9/11. And I've got some special guests that'll be here. Some of you may remember the K-9 officer, Will Chesney, who was on the raid on bin Laden. He'll be here. We have our own Mike Martin that's going to give some insights into our military, and he's a Navy veteran. He's back there somewhere, Mike. And then I also have a Mr. Kevin Rodriguez. He was actually an NYPD officer that was there on 9/11, and he's recently moved to Texas and has recently become a Fulshear police officer. So we'll be happy to have him. And then we have some guy named Captain Mike McCoy. The name, anyway, that's my brother. He'll be here to talk about. So come on out here. 9/11 will be a good, I think, an inspirational meeting. So please invite your friends to come on out and do that. Also, we have somebody famous in our audience, Sean. Yeah, you want to come up and tell us? She's going to be on TV. Tell them about your TV thing.
Venue 116 had the opportunity to be interviewed by the American Dream, which the interview was done by Cindy Cornegie's Keller Williams Group, and so it's airing. We're having a watch party at the venue next Thursday. Doors open at 6 o'clock, and the showing is at 7:30. And it's just a 4.5-hour taping down to like a 10-minute segment that we're going to all watch together and have a few drinks and fellowship and really just come together as a community. But it's an opportunity for just fellowship and networking, and I get to watch myself on TV.
Yes. And what day is that again? What day is that?
August 22nd.
August 22nd. So everybody, fantastic. We're glad to have you on TV. You're gonna be a superstar. Hey, we also have August 26th coming up. What? Amanda? Hey, Amanda, come on down, Amanda. Come here real quick. Yeah, she's enthusiastic. And August 26th, we're going to be at main event. Is MBD Graphics in the house? But anyway, we're having a bowling tournament. Do we have we have one lane open? Oh, here, Amanda. This is Amanda with Main Event. We're having our bowling tournament there. Say something there, Amanda.
Good morning. Yes, as he said, thank you for that intro. My name is Amanda Friedman. I'm the sales and events manager for Main Event over there in Katy. We are super excited to have you guys. And as they said, we only have one lane we only have one more team needed. We are looking forward to, you guys are going to be one of the first groups to have the banquet. That is what we're serving. We're going to have a whole lot of bowling. Are we dressing up this year?
Yes.
Yeah? Come with it. I want to see all the costumes. I want to see your worst bowler. I want to see your best bowler. We're super excited to have you and get into the holiday spirit. If you guys are looking for a fun dinner tomorrow night, we are having a party from 4 to 7 to kick off the holiday season, and we would love to have you. Thanks.
Thank you, Amanda. Give it up. Yes, Tal? Yes, we could move to 5 more lanes if you want to get a team. It's only 300 to have a team of 4, and we'll have also networking as well. It's a fun time. It's on a Monday. Just take an extra long lunch from noon to 4. We all do that, right? It's networking. You're working. But if you can't bowl, what's really great is we have a thing called Bizarro Bowl. And that's the first game. And for every team, we put the bumpers up for everybody. And then whoever can bowl the lowest score on the first game wins the Bizarro Bowl. So you try not to hit pins, but you're going to because the bumpers are up. It's amazing how many strikes are actually bowled on that. Anyway, so it's a lot of fun. Come on out. And then coming up in October is our Scarecrow Festival. We're going to do it out at the Daily Park where we had 4th of July. And we're going to kick off the holiday out there with a holiday market, and Santa's going to be there too. So, all right, we've got to get to our speaker real quick, but I got a couple of more things. We want to make sure that you opt into our mobile app and our newsletter. But what was the other thing I was going to do? Oh, yes, Tal. Sweet 3. There you go. Okay. Hey, if you are visiting our chamber for the first time today, I would love for you to stand up. First time, first time, first time. Okay. If you all can promise me, I shouldn't do this, but this is dangerous, David. I know. Watch, you've seen this happen before. If you could all come down here real quick, give me the name of your name and the name of your company, and then go. Can you do it? All right, come on. Okay. I mean, this isn't a 1 minute because we'll be here for 20 minutes. So let everybody come on down. Wow, look at all these visitors. Wranglers, take a look at them. We need to get all these folks part of the chamber. This is fantastic. Look at it, and I want to hear it loud and clear. And if you have a tagline, that's fine too. But I don't want to hear what year you started and all that. Okay. Okay, ready and go.
Hi, my name is Jada Powell, and I'm the co-founder of Houston Apparel Company. We specialize in high-vis gear.
Yay! Quick. All right, yes.
Hi, I'm Diana Turner, and I'm representing Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Big Brothers Big Sisters.
We're expanding out here in Fulshear community, so Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Yes, Mike, you're my guy. Come on, Mike. Mike's my enforcer. No, you just go ahead. He pulls you off.
No, Mike's the enforcer.
Yeah.
I'm afraid here.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Susan Bahitch. I'm co-owner of Color World Painting. We specialize in interior and exterior painting, residential and commercial. So for any of your painting needs,
thank you.
I'm here.
Hi, Matthew Goddard, owner of Black Label Title.
All right, thank you very much.
Kyle Clifton, Fixie Handyman Services. When your honey-do list gets full, give Fixie a call.
Oh, nice, nice.
Hi, I'm Danya Arbili from On the Curb Sports Bar. If you need a happy hour for your team,
Yes.
reach out to me.
On the
Thank
curb,
you.
we love it. Yes.
Good morning, I'm Lane. I'm with American Furniture Warehouse at I-10 and Pin Oak. Come and see us.
Lane, I heard you were going to be here today. Good to see you, buddy.
My name is James Henderson, part of the AI Coalition Network, your ethically vetted AI chamber.
Love AI.
Good morning, Leah Rodriguez. I'm a physical therapist and I own residential assisted living and Silver Care, Elder Care.
Rock and roll. That sounds great. All right.
Hi, I'm Victoria Short with GTech Innovation Center in Brookshire. We're a co-working industrial facility.
Nice to have you guys. Good to see you again. You're from a different part of Texas. I remember that.
Good morning. Oh, well, I took it off.
That's okay.
Good morning. I'm Abby Abelos. I'm a commercial lender with Frost Bank.
Thank you. Just pass the microphone. That'd be great.
Good morning. My name is Martha Palmer. I am with Black Label Title, marketing rep over there. I help agents grow their business, and I help vendors meet agents.
Super.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tondra LeMay, and I work with Verizon, the telecommunications company, and we are actually in the process of becoming members.
Yay! I'm on Verizon.
My name is Jorge Clemente. My company is InCube. It's a software development company, so anything you need for app solutions, web-based, or anything like that, it's here for you.
Thank you. Dina, you're good.
Brad Walker, MidasWeb.com, AI training and business automation. We turn your business ventures into gold. Midas Web.
Ooh, I like that. AI training. I love it. Thank you guys for being here. We really appreciate it. Anything else we can help you with, we are your Chamber for Commerce, and we're here to help you regardless. We hope you might consider being part of our chamber, but if not, we're still here to help you. That's what we are. We're all about community in this chamber, and we help each other out. Right? Right? Right. Okay. Wranglers, stand up so they know who you are. These are our Wranglers. If you have any questions about the chamber, reach out to them, and they will help you get plugged in. All right. Okay, I've got a lot of door prizes. Hey, David, where's David? Is he here? Maybe I always like to have our guest help us, but I'll tell you, David, I can introduce you, and then you can help me give away some door prizes, and that makes you really, people love you because you give away stuff, right? Okay. Hey, first off, I want to introduce who our guest speaker is, and he's going to help me give away door prizes, and then we're going to get into our business strategy session. Come on up in the light. Yeah, look at this. This here is David Brady, everybody. Give him a round of applause. Now, I don't know how I ended up, meeting David. It was through some mutual friend or something, but David is the voice of the Texans at NRG Stadium. And he's been doing it for 19 years. You're going on to your 19th season, right? So there might be a Super Bowl ring in it for you still, perhaps. But he's also worked for every professional team in the Houston area. Is that correct? And, of course, a lot of y'all know I like to do announcing at the stadiums. I'm not at his level, but I got him here because he might bring me up into the booth to kind of do some spotting and stuff like that for you. But we're so happy. He's also been a coach and a business strategist for some major companies, and we're going to he'll do all that in his introduction. But here's what we like to do, David, is we have all these cards here, and your only rule, you hold that, and you hand me a card, and the only rule is you can't pull out a card that says Newell Cheatham. Okay, if you pull out that card. So this first from Blue Moon, hold on to it. It's wine. Is that right, Victoria? Oh, it's a glass light. It's beautiful. Look at this. Hold it up there, B. Vanna. I know you don't look like her.
Thanks.
Dave Bowles with brothersgutters.com. Brothers Gutters, we love them. Fantastic. All right, and we're going to give away one more from Blue Moon. Thank you, Victoria. Where's Victoria Blue Moon? There she is. Stand up right there. If you need any estate sales, talk to her. She'll take care of you. Kyle Clifton, the owner and founder of Fix It Now. Fixie Handyman. I love it when our guests win. Okay. All right, Carla Lynn, she's right there, Carla, with the Spa Bella Piazza. This is a gift certificate for Be Our Guest. What do you get, a facial and a massage, or what? You get to come use all the amenities at the Spa Bella Piazza. Sorry, Rick Henderson. Rick, when they say use all the facilities, just don't wear, Rick, just don't wear your Speedo, okay? I love you, Rick. All right. Next up, it's complicated, and this is from Chris Liebel, Retirement Fund, and teach you how to prepare for your future. And this goes to Leah Rodriguez. Leah Rodriguez with Silver Care. Oh, look at Silverleaf Elder Care. Chris Liebel, where's Chris? Thank you, Chris, very much for your kind donation. And then here we have, oh my goodness, we got quite a few stuff. You guys are awesome. Look here, Body Recharge, IV, and Core Wellness and Spa. This is from Beauty Freak. Is that right? Where's Beauty Freak at? She's not here today. Diana Holstein, Blue Heron Bookkeeping. This way you get the run to the end of the show. Thank you very much. Next up, we have another one. Sandy Buller, you're going to get a full body recharge and core wellness, 1 week in a light bed. 1 week in a light bed, Sandy. And 4 B12 injections. So guess what? When you sit at those city council meetings. I don't do shots, man. Yeah, well, go. You wait till you get into those special sessions and executive sessions that go for 5 hours. Now, this lady doesn't need beauty, but how about Christina Luong? Christina, here you are. You win 4 wellness spa enrichment off me, a cryofacial and 4 lipo injections. Does that mean they give you lipo? Okay. And here we have a cryofacial and 4 lipo injections. Maureen Guzman. Maureen with Ohana Garage Doors. Ohana, if you need your garage doors, thank you very much. Was this brought to you by Janice? Did you help do that? Thank you so much, Janice. All right. Next up, Brad Walker. Brad Walker with AI training right here. Guess what? You get real-time pain relief, and if you need to rub it on, Mr. Mike Martin will do that for you. He's standing in the back. Thank you, Mike. Okay, let's see. Okay, all right, got to get this. What's this here?
Hold on.
Well,
We wanted to donate
a ticket to AI training. 4-hour training to Amber Hamilton, Brazos River Valley Schools. You get AI training. I think you'll love this. You into AI? Do you know about it? You into tech? There you go, right here. There's your man right there. Thank you. All right. From Fluff and Fold. Where's my guy? Fluff and Fold. There he is. If you need your laundry fluffed and folded, he's your guy. And Helen Maldonado. Y'all win every month something. That's amazing. So here you go. And plus you got a beautiful heart thing. And there you go. Hey, that's a cheese plate. That doesn't come with the cheese, though. All right. And we got from Electric Gas Savings, Greg Zivov. Where's Greg? Thank you, Greg. And our winner is the Fulshear area chip. No. Gary Pearson. Gary Pearson, you get a shop light. Where's Gary? Gary, you got a shop light. You needed a shop light? Okay, next up, what do we got here? Okay, here we have free $325 value, analyzes a parking lot pavement painting analysis by Carlos. Thank you, Carlos. Janice Perry. Janice. Carlos is phenomenal. He'll take care of you there. All right. Square dancing lessons. Sandy, you're going to need those B12 shots because Janet just won square dancing. Janet, here she comes. Sandy's got B12 shots so he can keep up with you during the square dancing. And this was brought to us by the Houston Square Dance it says the HSRDCE. Are they? There they are. Thank you, ladies, so much. I square danced with that lady on the right there. All right, I think, yeah. Well, I tell you what, since he pulled it right now, and you got to tell me if you can go, but here is, you can't? Labor Day, Saturday? It is really, Jason. Would you want Skybox tickets to the States Cowboys on September 1st? It's Saturday, September 1st. Sunday, September 1st.
I'll take those.
Yeah. Okay. More tickets. Greg Zivoff, can you go to the square dance? Can you go to the baseball game? Space Cowboys on 9/1. All right, here we go. We'll give that to Greg. Congratulations. Hey, let me just tell you that all of y'all are going to be in the same skybox. It's been donated to us by GFL. All right, so this y'all get to hang out, network, and everything. Some of these have parking pass. They all have parking passes as well. And the next one is Christian Gomez. Can you go on September 1st? Fantastic. You'll get to know some new people and learn more about our chamber. Bill Nash, can you go? All right, so thank you, Bill, but I want to say Champions Kids Camp, talk to him. Let's see. I'm sorry, Dania, can you go on Saturday? All right. Sunday, thank you, September, thank you, David. And yeah, well, guess what? You get to go with Jason. So you guys, golly, that's awesome. And I got one more.
One more.
Matthew Goddard at Black Label Title, and that's one of our visitors. Can you go, sir? Matthew? He was just here. Huh? He had to get to the office. Got to be present to win. Clean Fun Party Rentals, Roger Whitehead. Roger, can you go?
I can go.
There you are. That's it, David. All right, David, thanks for being here today. We appreciate it. We ran out of time. No, I'm kidding. There's your mic. You want to use this one?
I'll use this one.
Let's give it up for David. Make him feel welcome. Let's have some fun. David, you are good.
I feel like the Oprah Winfrey Show. You get a door prize. You get a door prize. I think we had fewer cards left than we gave out prizes. So, who wants a bowl of extra business cards? That'll be our last drawing. All right, I appreciate it, Don. Thanks for having me today, and I appreciate everyone getting up early and coming. What I want to do today is talk about, I'm going to touch a little bit on my own personal career, but what I came to a realization a few years ago after spending my entire career working in some capacity in the sports industry is, as I started to branch out and work with other companies on strategic planning, professional development, I've done everything from conflict resolution as well, is why are small to mid-sized businesses not adapting the principles and strategies of professional sports teams? Because those are the biggest brands in every city, and in many cases among the most successful businesses in every city. So I started putting together some thoughts on that, and it's what I use when I work with my own clients and the clients that I have, both businesses and executive coaching. I also coach CEOs, a group of CEOs. So what I want to do today is talk a little bit about what we're going to run through, and that's going to be a process of looking at on the field and on the court and how teams operate. I'll talk a little bit about myself as well, my background, just so you have a little bit of understanding of where this comes from and the approach I take. And then I want to really spend a lot of time on creating raving fans, because I believe strongly in creating raving fans for your own business. And then I'll ask for your feedback as well. It's question and answer time. So we're going to talk about how to treat your team, your business rather, like a sports team. We're going to look at how you can adapt some of the principles and activities of coaches, managers, and players, and how they work on the court, on the field, but we're also going to look at the business side as well, because I think that's probably going to have the most applicable examples for you today. So let me talk a little bit about myself. And I want to, Don, where is Don? I want to make sure, you said I had just try to keep it under 90 minutes. Is that right? So what I'm going to do today is run through a little bit about myself, because I do think that helps you understand my background and how I came with some of these concepts. So I'm a native Houstonian, although I have lived throughout the country. I spent time in Northern California, Connecticut, Arizona, Philadelphia before coming back to Houston in 2004. I have worked in sports in some capacity that entire time, but in 2008 I pivoted and went to the nonprofit sector. And that's where I really started saying to myself, this is where we can adapt some of those principles of a sports team into a non-sports business. And at the Houston Zoo, we really applied those. In fact, at some point, I want to touch on something Gary talked about earlier today about the off-season and the not busy time, because I think that is very important to understand in your business, and it's something we adopted at the Houston Zoo. I also spent a glorious 6 months at the Red Cross. I was the CEO of the Gulf Coast region of the Red Cross. I was on the job 4 months to the day when Harvey struck, and that pretty much wore me out, and that's why I was only there for 6 months. That's another day and another story. I've got a lot of stories from those 6 months, in particular the last 2, in some of the challenges that I faced in that, and would love to share those, but not for today. And since then, I've been an executive coach. I do fractional CEO and fractional CMO work, and as Don mentioned, on Saturday I begin my 19th season as the voice of Texans game day at NRG Stadium, which is the greatest part-time job in the world. So mentioning this organization I've worked for every sports organization in Houston, a major sports organization. I started my career with the Houston Rockets in 1990 doing group and season ticket sales. Did a year with the Astros right after that, and that's when I began my journey around the country, working in different sports capacities. Came back 20 years ago yesterday. I walked into the offices of the Houston Texans as a full-time employee and have been there ever since in some capacity. And I also have I spent a year and a half, 2 years as a full-time consultant for the Houston Dynamo and also with the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. I mentioned my time at the Houston Zoo as well as the Red Cross. I want to point out real quickly, because where's Gary? Is he still here? Hey, I really appreciated the context of talking about the off-season when things aren't busy. It reminded me of my time at the zoo when I was told summers are just our downtime. That's our slow time. It's too hot. People don't come to the zoo when it's hot. And I took that on as a challenge and said, why? Why don't we create something that will have people coming to the zoo in the summer? And I want to recognize my former colleague at the zoo and good friend Rick Ellis, who joined today to stop in and say howdy. We got together as a group in our marketing department and came up with a concept called Chill Out, which I believe may still be used, I'm not quite sure, but that was in 2010. We created that concept, 2011. We got a sponsor for it in TXU Energy, and we started promoting all of the shaded areas and indoor air-conditioned buildings in the zoo, which is a lot of space on that acreage. And we also started doing fun activities with the animals, like we would do a bucket of frozen fish and put it in with the sea lions. We did blood sickles for the tigers and some of the carnivores. And we ended up driving attendance way up in the summer to the point that I actually had staff come to me and complain that, the summertime was when we got to relax, and now we have to work because it's so much busier. But we also had a downtime in November, December, and we created Zoo Lights. Anyone been to Zoo Lights? So we created Zoo Lights in 2012, which is wildly successful, and it drove attendance way up and revenue way up in the months of November, December, and the first week of January. So I love that, the comments from Gary about the off time, downtime, because I think there is something to be said for finding those opportunities. That was not part of what I wanted to talk about today. but I thought it was pertinent based on that conversation this morning. Some of the partners I work with and have worked with now as a consultant, again, doing strategic planning, executive coaching, conflict resolution, professional development, and then leadership roles I've taken in the community, on the Final Four, 3 times, the Final Four, the Super Bowl when it was here in 2017, and then last year, or I guess this January, the College Football Championship. All right. Sorry, let me get back to, let's get into the heat. I'm going the wrong way. Cameron, can you, I got it. Okay. So what I want to talk about today, and I'll go real quickly now, is how you can take some of the principles that a sports team uses and adapt them for your business. And I'm going to run through this quick. These things you all know, but I look at doing a speech like this, a presentation like this, very similar to picking up a business book or a self-help book, professional development book. Is they may be 250 pages, but you're going to get 2, 3, 4 things out of it that really stick with you. I hope today that as we go through this, there's 3, 4 things you go, oh yeah, I can see how that applies to me. And it will be different for everybody. So that's the goal for me today, and I hope you can find some of those. Training and development. Baseball teams go to Arizona and Florida every spring to work on getting ready for that upcoming season. The Texans are in training camp right now. It used to be in the day that you came to spring training in baseball to get back in shape. That's not really the case anymore because athletes are in great shape and constantly working out. It's really about preparing mentally and preparing strategically for the season. So what are the things you and your team can do to have your training camp, your spring training to prepare for your business? Mentorship. I use this example because I think it's a great one. So many times, really, people who are really good at their jobs aren't great managers and don't provide great leadership or mentorship for the younger people on their team. And being a great mentor requires some sacrifice. This is a tremendous example to me of one of the greatest players in the history of the NBA, Tim Duncan, who when the Spurs brought in Kawhi Leonard his rookie year, Tim Duncan really took him under his wing and helped guide him, helped lead him, mentored him through the process of being an NBA star. They ended up winning the world championship together. They obviously have both won multiple. And then Kawhi Leonard became the MVP of the finals, I believe in 2012 for the Spurs. So it's about sacrificing some of your own success for others in mentorship. Training and development and performance reviews. One of the things when I work with companies that I find they do not do very well is performance reviews. So many of them wait and do a 1-year review, and that's when they unload on all the things that can be improved upon, that should be done better, as opposed to constantly working on performance reviews. Performance reviews should be happening on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. And of course, an annual review is important, but nothing should happen at the end of year review that the employee did not know already. I use this example. This is a soccer team that has ongoing, constant throughout the match review of what's going on. Even when you watch the Texans, when you watch the Astros, they now all have laptops or Microsoft Surface on the bench during the game. They are looking at their own review. When you watch the games on Sunday with the Texans, you'll look over the sideline and see C.J. Stroud looking at a Surface, and he'll be looking at the plays that he's already had in the first half or during the game, right? To me, that's just a great example of performance reviews need to be happening all the time for yourself and for your team. SWOT analysis. So this is something that I think gets done. I know the Chamber's doing a strategic plan right now. I'm assuming a SWOT analysis was part of that, right? Good old stop, start, change, continue. SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis needs to be constant as well. It needs to be something that you're ongoing, reviewing, and again, not doing a strategic plan, putting it in a drawer and picking it up a year later. It needs to be constant. The example I use here is Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson. How many of you are old enough to remember that fight, right? 99-1 underdog was Buster Douglas. So he went into that match completely, I mean, it was seen as a joke. They hosted it in Tokyo, meant to be a big televised event because it was from Tokyo. The opponent didn't matter much for Mike Tyson to get viewers, but Buster Douglas took it very seriously. He knew that Mike Tyson had this strategy of coming out and immediately attacking his opponents. He would be swinging even wildly, but it disrupted them so much that they didn't really understand how to respond to him. So Douglas and his trainer spent a lot of time looking at what are the weaknesses of that approach. And they realized that if Douglas could jab more and push Tyson off a little bit more, it would give him better opportunities. Well, long story short, probably the greatest upset in the history of sports, certainly in the history of boxing, and it was because of that analysis that he and his team did in advance of the fight that paid off. Game planning. Constantly being in strategy for your organization. And I use the example of the Texans. This is their war room where they get together and plan and strategize with an entire team of people all the time, not just before each game, throughout the off season, throughout the season. They have people that are looking at opponents 2, 3, 4 weeks away that are scouting and preparing plays that those teams run for when the Texans do play them. So it's about constant strategy, constant adapting, and that's what I want to talk about next, adaptability. So I was thinking about this presentation and how organizations need to adapt to changing circumstances, right? We just went through it here in Texas. How many of your businesses were affected in any capacity by the hurricane, right? Everybody, right? You can't not be. Unless you were away in Australia for 3 weeks like I was, your business was probably affected by the hurricane. So how do you pivot when your business has to close for a week or you don't have power for a couple of weeks? How do you adapt to that? And I was thinking about the examples in sports, and to me, this is the best example. How many of you have watched a baseball game when the pitcher early in the game had an injury or gave up a lot of walks and you had to replace that pitcher in the first or second inning? You're expecting that pitcher to go 6 innings and then use your bullpen for 7, 8, 9, and then all of a sudden you're using your bullpen 2 through 9. And you're using up all the arms in your bullpen, and you've got a game the next day at 1 o'clock, right? How do you adapt your team to that? How do you adapt your business to that? Celebrations. I think this is one of the most underrated facets of running a business, celebrating wins. You do it as a team, of course, and you do it with some frequency. Too many organizations I work with, have worked for, don't celebrate victories enough. When I was with, thank you. Gary approves. So when I was with the Texans during the Dom Capers years, Charlie Casserly years, after every team victory, they bought a cake and ice cream for the front office staff. So if you were selling tickets, sponsorship, accountant, our travel agent, we all came down with the players in the team cafeteria and had cake and ice cream, just celebrating victories. But one of the things I don't think we do enough of, there's lots of recognition of team success. I don't think we recognize individual success enough in our organizations. Here's an example at University of Miami where they were trying to find ways to celebrate people other than the quarterback, other than the player of the game. So they came up with this item called the turnover chain. So anybody who recovered a fumble, made an interception, they got this chain immediately when coming off the sideline, to the sideline. So it took away the only celebrating the MVP, the player of the game, and included everybody in the organization on the team, top to bottom, even the special teams player who only comes out and works on punt returns or on kickoff. They had the chance to win this recognition program. And then lastly on this part, feedback and reflection. Getting feedback from your own internal team, but also external factors as well. An example I love of this is the Texans created the Fan Council a few years ago, and it's made up of season ticket holders, some sponsors, some media folks, and some staff, And they get together once a month all throughout the year and look at survey results. They watch the fan feedback information. They absorb all of this and then start to put together strategy. I can tell you from my role in the press box as the announcer, I've been given feedback from what the fans are saying and adjusted some of the things I do based on that. And that's, to me, that's the kind of feedback you want versus just the president of the team saying he thinks you should do this. All right, so 20 years ago yesterday when I walked into the offices of the Texans, I was given 2 books. Every employee was given 2 books. One was Jim Collins' Good to Great, which I love, and I have about 30 copies on my bookshelf now that I share with clients and friends. And this one, Raving Fans, by Ken Blanchard. And to me, this book has a lot of great opportunities to take what I'm talking about in terms of what works for a sports team and putting it into effect for your business. So what are raving fans? Those are the passionate advocates of your business, right? Think about the customers you have that when they come in, always have something great to say about what you do. They're the ones talking about you in the community. That's what you want, raving fans, people who are always thinking about you and your business and always willing to answer when somebody asks, hey, do you know someone who does this? Yes. They stand up and say, yes, please call this person. They're loyal, right? You don't have to worry about raving fans going to your competitors. They are coming to you and staying with you. They are brand ambassadors, who I just talked about a moment ago. They're the ones out there telling their friends, this is who you need to go to for your new roof. This is where you need to go for boot camp, right? They're the ones that are out there telling everyone about you. They have an emotional connection. When your business had to stop because of the hurricane, they're the ones who felt bad for you. They're the ones who probably reached out to you and said, how are things going? When are you reopening? They have that emotional connection to you. They're also influencers. They're the ones who are talking about you on social media. They're the ones who are in the community. I talked about the Texans a lot in this piece because I think they have the most passionate fans in the community, the most raving fans. This woman on the right in red, her name is Debbie Brannon. She's a teacher, an elementary school teacher. She has been to every Texans game. She is known on social media as Debbie the Texan with 35,000 followers. When she says something about the Texans on her social media account, it gets thousands and thousands of engagement, whether it's on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. She's even on LinkedIn and active there. Debbie the Texan is known. She was named Fan of the Year and went to the NFL draft 2 years ago as one of the NFL's Fans of the Year. That's an influencer. And that's the type of people you want talking about your business. They provide you feedback. They're going to be the ones that are honest with you if you have a new product and it's not great. They're the ones who will be honest with you and tell you. When you have something that's going really well, these are the fans, these are the customers that are going to tell you what they really think. Because they've built that loyalty, because they have that emotional connection to your business, they're not going to lie to you because they want you to be successful. So how do you create raving fans? First and foremost, you have to have an excellent product, right? You can't deliver a bad experience, a crappy product, and expect people to be raving fans about it. I'm just assuming, looking around the room, you all have an excellent product, so we won't even focus on that today. But when you have an excellent product, it makes it much easier for people to be raving fans about your business. You build emotional connections with them. I go to a coffee shop in my neighborhood multiple times a week. I don't drink coffee, but my wife does. And Mark Norelli, who owns the coffee shop, knows my name, my wife's name, always says, tell Annie I said hi, ask about my kids, right? He knows of things about me and my family. He takes care of us when we come in. He has built that emotional connection with us. You want to encourage engagement. I think getting to know those customers is one way to do it, but you want to ask them to talk about you. Hey, did you see our social media post? If you don't mind, would you repost that? You want to encourage them to be engaged with you. You want to reward loyalty. It's simple things. You don't have to create some fancy loyalty rewards program, but those customers that come in, you want to treat them. Those customers that come in regularly, you want to treat them in a special way. You want the other customers to see that you know my name. You know those raving fans that are customers. You know their names. You know what drinks that they want. I can't tell you how many times I've come in and they've seen me pull in the parking lot and my wife's coffee is already ready for me. Constant communication. Here's another Texans example. And I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I'll touch on it just a little bit. The Texans, owned by Bob McNair originally, now his son Cal is the managing partner of the organization and CEO of the Texans. His tenure as owner did not start off great. And a lot of it had to do with perception of him. I have known Cal since 2004 when I started there. I had the office next to his when his dad was running the club, owned the club. I can tell you that perception of him was not fair and not accurate, but yet it became the perception. So they really worked with him, the marketing team, and he really put a lot of effort in to try to get people to understand who he was as a person, why he loved and cared about the team so much. And they tried to portray him as who truly is, which is just he was born and raised in Texas, went to University of Texas, played for the Longhorns, worked for his dad for a very long time. So I think there were a lot of misperceptions about him. So one of the things they did was create a communication line for him to the fans. They created a Reddit. He created his own Reddit account, and he started communicating with fans on Reddit. And they started asking him questions. He would give them honest answers. Again, being honest makes a big difference. And this is part of that exchange on Reddit, or at least shows his account. But one of the things that came up was he started talking about how much he loves to grill. So a fan suggested he should host a tailgate, and he did. And he went out and was flipping burgers and grilling because it's one of the things he really loves to do. The Texans found a way to communicate to the fans much, much differently than they had before, where his dad was not communicating except in media interviews and things like that, just not his style. They've really done a great job of creating this communication platform for Cal with the fans. Leverage that word of mouth. Get your raving fans and customers to talk about you when they're not at the shop. All right, so I want to do one real world. I'm going to do this very quickly. I apologize. Oh, maybe I'm not as quick as I thought I was. I want to run through one real quick real world example, because I know a lot of you are sitting there going, these sports teams have hundreds of millions of dollars. They've got these big staffs. But you can adapt some, if not all, of these principles to your business. And I want to use the example of a great delicatessen in Ann Arbor, Michigan called Zingerman's. It's one of the best delis in the country, wins that award constantly. So what they've done is they provide excellent customer service. They train their staff to know the names of customers, to know their orders, to know those things I talked about earlier to help create raving fans. And it makes them feel valued. When those customers come in, they feel valued. A high quality product. They use fresh ingredients. It is locally sourced in many cases. And it's prepared by chefs. I mean, they've done a great job of turning delicatessen into a restaurant type experience. A very unique and memorable experience. Not only do they serve lunch and dinner at this deli, they also do food tastings. They host events in the space. They do tours. They provide as many opportunities to engage their guests and their customers beyond just come in, order, sit down, and eat. They tell the story of their brand, and they do it authentically. So they talk about where they source their food from. They let their customers know about their local roots. They are not afraid to talk about the mistakes they've made. They get involved in the community. They go to the farmers markets. They go to community events. They host events at their store. As you can tell, this is not a big business. This is a small delicatessen. And they have consistent communication. They're always out there talking about what's going on, talking about new products, on social media, they have newsletters. They try to keep a constant line of communication open to their guests. And they've become a small business that has turned regular customers into raving fans. So the question I pose to you as we end today and you leave, how can you turn your customers into raving fans? What are 1 or 2, 3 or 4 of the things that I've presented here today going to do to help you make that leap from customer to raving fan? And if you want to reach out, I'd love to talk to you, answer any questions. I'll take a couple if we have time now, but I also would love to be connected to you. That's my LinkedIn QR code. Any questions? Yes, sir. Spiking the ball. So the question is, why did the NFL put a penalty on spiking the football in end zone celebrations after touchdowns, which they did a few years ago? That's a good question of why they did it. I think that, I don't know the exact answer, but I believe they were trying to limit excessive celebrations. And as you know, they reversed that decision. And now the celebrations are somewhat out of control with the way they can celebrate now a touchdown. But I think the point you've made is a great one of don't be afraid to let your folks celebrate. I mean, the NFL had the moniker for a while because of that, of being the no fun league, because they wouldn't let the players celebrate and have fun. They've reversed that, they've embraced it, and now it's a whole different game. And I think the fans get a lot out of it as well.
Thank you. Excellent. Let's give David Brady. David, thank you so much. Real round of applause. We want to celebrate him. And David, we just like to give you just something. We got these Space City candies. These are fantastic. You're going to love these. They're freeze-dried Skittles or something. Yeah. But anyway, we're lucky to have you. And, man, I hope you put that up in the press box at the Texans and everything and just...
I'll tell you what. Here's what I will do. I will take this Saturday. We play at noon at NRG Stadium. This will be in the press box with me. I will take a photo and post it on LinkedIn. How about that?
Oh, wow. How about that? Thank you so much, David. I appreciate it. And we're just a lucky chamber to have you and all our speakers. Thank you so much. And again, open invitation if you want to invite me up to the press box anytime. I'd be happy to help you. All right. Hey, just before we go, I know it's right after, but we have our new window stickers for your business. If you'd like to get one of those, or if you like a little horse head for your car, grab them out front. We'd be happy to give it to you. Again, God bless every one of you. We hope that we can help you out. Let us know at the chamber. We're here for you. And let's make it a great month, and I'll see you next month, if not sooner. God bless everybody. The bowling tournament, August 26th.